Big Tree by Brian Selznick, a first chapter Friday read aloud video with a word nerd. If Brian's name sounds familiar to you, you're right. He's the author of several books, including The Invention of Hugo Cabret, a book that won the Caldecott Award and is also on this channel. If you want to check it out, I'll put the link in the description box. This book is brand new but already receiving huge amounts of praise from super famous people like Steven Spielberg and Meryl Streep. People say that this is an enthralling love letter to the natural world from the #1 New York Times bestseller. It's definitely a book that you're going to want to check out, and I'm so glad you're here to listen to it. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to Mrs. Martinez's class in Vienna Elementary in Vienna, Virginia. So glad you're here for this first chapter Friday. Hope you like it. Just like Brian's other book, this story is told both in illustrations and words. It's a book where the pictures are just as important as the words. So what I do is try to come up with a sentence or two of my own for each illustration that I see. This story takes place in the Cretaceous period around 100 million years ago. The main characters of the book are two little seeds who are siblings. Their names are Louise and Merwin. Let's dig in to Big Tree by Brian Selznick. Chapter 1. The stars. Hello, stars. We can see a big night sky with a bright moon and a voice saying, "Hello, stars. I thought I heard you calling me." And on the next page, we don't hear a response, but we see the stars shining brightly back. "Do you have something to tell me, stars?" We see a bright light lighting up the page, starting to show us the scene. And then we're going to zoom in, getting closer and closer. And now we start to see that we're in a forest. There are lots of trees. Can you see me from up in the sky? We're zooming in closer now to a tree, a big, beautiful tree. I want to know what you're saying. Now we're getting even closer. We're at the base and the trunk of a very big tree. Oh, look, morning is coming. At the base of the tree, we see a small bug. And then we're going up the trunk, and we're seeing another bug flying away higher up into the branches. Will I see you tomorrow night? Even further into the high branches, we see this ball of seeds. Don't forget my name. I'm Louise, Louise, Louise. Zooming in even closer to that seed ball, and then even closer again. Please, wake up. Startled, all of Louise's brothers and sisters looked toward her and fell right back to sleep. All of them, that is, except Merwin, who had shouted in the first place. "Louise," Merwin said more gently this time, "you're talking in your sleep again." "I was dreaming." "You're always dreaming," said her brother. "I was dreaming about the stars." "I know. I could hear you." "I dreamed the stars were calling to me. I think they're trying to tell me something. But they're very hard to understand." Merwin sighed. "Go back to sleep, Louise." But Louise was now wide awake. She wriggled, though not very much, because 100 siblings were crammed into the seed ball with her. Louise was the smallest seed, and the only one that did not reach the surface. All she could see was darkness, except for a very small crack of light far above her head. Most of her brothers and sisters ignored her. But Merwin, who was wedged tightly against her, sometimes described the world to her. "The stars are very small," Louise said, remembering her brother's description of the tiny dots of light in the night sky. "Even smaller than I am. I think the stars are little seeds." "Little seeds?" asked Merwin, confused. "Like me," said Louise, and then a new thought entered her mind. "I think they grow up to be the moon." Answered Merwin, trying as ever to be patient. "I don't think that's what happens." "Then why do I dream about stars all the time?" "I have no idea. You've never even seen the stars." "I know, I've never seen anything." She pressed a little closer to Merwin, straining in the darkness. "But when you describe things to me, I feel like I can see them. Tell me what you see right now." Merwin was tired and wished they could just sleep. "Well, the forest is starting to wake up. Sunlight is bright and makes everything turn to gold. It sounds beautiful." "It is beautiful," he said, pleased with himself. "When I grow up," Louise whispered, "I want to live on the moon." Merwin tried not to laugh. "That way I could look down on the whole forest every day." That's sweet, but you can't live on the moon. Why not? Well, said Merwin, who realized he wasn't entirely sure, it's too far away. How would you get there? With my wings. You do not have wings. Not yet, but Mama says we're going to have wings, roots and wings. She doesn't mean you're really going to have wings. It's a metaphor. What's that? What's a metaphor? It means it's a Mama, help. If you want to find out what happens next to Louise and Merwin and the rest of their adventures in Big Tree by Brian Selznick, pick up a copy from your school library, purchase one from a local indie bookstore, or grab it via the link in the description box. Also, check out Brian's other amazing books full of illustrations and words. Also, please know that I have many more stories waiting for you on this channel. Lots of great middle grade and young adult read alouds. I hope you'll find one that you love just as much as I love reading out loud to you. Thanks so much for joining me for this First Chapter Friday video. I hope you'll come back again for another one. Please like this video and subscribe. I'll see you again next time. Happy reading.